It is the public declaration that immigrants have to make to become a citizen of this country. And starting today, all new Canadians will have to show their face when taking the oath of citizenship. And that means Muslim women will no longer be allowed to wear a niqab or burqa. The Immigration Minister, Kenney, announced the ban this morning. It raises the issue of whether face veils are a sign of religious freedom or an insult to the equality of women. With more on the ban and the reaction to it, our Mike Armstrong is in Montreal tonight. Mike?
Well, Donna, critics are already saying this is much ado about a very small number of people. And Kenney doesn't have statistics on how often this happens, but anecdotally, speaking to citizenship judges, he says they tell him, especially from the large urban centers, that every week they have women take the oath with their faces covered.
This is not like once or twice a year.
The immigration minister says he was alerted to the issue by a Toronto area MP just a few weeks ago. The MP called to say he'd attended a ceremony where 4 women took the oath with their faces covered. The problem being he couldn't tell who they were or even if they really took the oath.
My colleague later noted as he was leaving the ceremony that these 4 people and a man who was accompanying them got into a car with New York State license plates to drive away.
Now, beyond the security issue, Kenney's also concerned about the message behind the niqab and burqa, that they go against Canadian values of openness and equality. It's an opinion this Muslim journalist who attended Kenney's announcement agrees with.
You have to show your face. It's something really basic.
For the Canadian Council on Islamic American Relations, the new rule is an overreaction. There are ways to check a woman's identity even if she wears a veil, they say, and the value of openness isn't a reason to limit someone's personal freedoms.
In Canada, we also have values that include diversity, tolerance, freedom, multiculturalism, human rights.
Human rights lawyer Julius Gray has fought for reasonable accommodations for years, but the veil is something he has trouble with. He says women in burqas and niqabs are ghettoized and can't join mainstream society. However, in the case of citizenship oaths, he points out that the women have already passed their citizenship tests and been approved by a judge. Gray says the new rule is showboating.
The questions that we have to figure out now are how to deal with it in courts, how to deal with it in the army, how to deal with it in hospitals and in schools, not what to wear during a ceremony.
The Canadian Council on Islamic American Relations says it's already gotten calls about people concerned about the new rule. A man called to say his wife was nervous and that they're putting off her taking the oath. They were supposed to do it tomorrow. Donna?
All right, Mike Armstrong in Montreal. Thanks, Mike.